Hello, Facebook. It's Teaching Tuesday. Last week I talked about cost sharing networks, and this week I'm going to talk about those who are uninsured and how they can save costs and money and not get really expensive bills through a direct primary care membership. But I think uninsured people should be aware of this. Please feel free to share it with your friends privately, probably who are uninsured. All right, so kind of just a quick rundown, real quick. Direct primary care is a membership-based family practice clinic. That means like a gym membership where you get access to all weights and equipment and treadmills and all that fun stuff for one monthly membership fee. Direct primary care for a monthly membership fee gives you access to primary and preventative care services, adult exams, acute care management, and some other benefits that we'll go into. That is what direct primary care is. The reality for those who are uninsured, and really for anybody, is that the major medical condition is really what is our greatest threat financially and what can sink us, right? And I guess to our health as well, major medical thing. You know, if you have a heart attack, you have surgery, you spend a couple of days in the ICU, that becomes very expensive. And if you don't have health insurance to cover that, the hospital can write off a lot, but you're still going to be left with a large amount of money. And, people lose their houses over this type of stuff. With the kind of the open enrollment period now having a specific window, if that heart attack does not happen during open enrollment, you could be in serious trouble financially, right? So I think that's what we're most afraid of, is kind of a major medical bill that can sink us. If you're not afraid of that, then good for you for not being afraid and struggling with fear, apparently. However, really our greatest need, 80-90% of the care that we'll need in our lifetime can be handled by a primary care physician so long as we're doing our job, right? So this is really, I would say most time where people are spending their costs is urgent care when they shouldn't have gone, ER because they didn't have access and things got worse, or a primary care provider and copayment, well, I guess they wouldn't have copayments, but office visit charges and everything else that comes along with that charge. This is really what tends to really hit people financially sometimes. Okay, so what we do, what direct primary care does, is we kind of answer that greatest need. And for a monthly membership fee, we are giving unlimited office visits with no co-payments or office charges, right? If you get labs done in-house, like a strep swab, urine analysis, pregnancy testing, we're not charging for that. That's included within your monthly membership fee. If you need a procedure like sutures, EKG, physical examinations, adult exams, those are all included within the monthly membership fee. There's no additional charge for that, right? You're not being discouraged to come in. We offer same day to next day availability, which in my opinion, this is huge for those who are uninsured, right? Because what happens to those who are uninsured and they avoid the doctor, that condition gets worse and worse and worse to a point where we can't manage it on an outpatient basis and they need to be admitted. And then that's where you get these really expensive bills. But people don't go to their primary care physician because they know they're going to pay a couple $100 out of pocket, right? So they wait and wait and wait, and then it's kind of too late. So if we give same day, next day appointments, we might be able to stop something in its tracks before it gets to a point where it gets really expensive. We do this through 24/7 HIPAA compliant app where you can call and text us. And if you need to be seen in person over the weekend, we will see you. One of the most interesting membership discounts that you get, especially in light of being uninsured, is these at-cost medications, labs, and x-rays or imaging. So typically medications are very expensive. If you need antibiotics, that's going to cost you, a fair amount of money, maybe $40 or something like that. If you don't have insurance, we can get those to for less than $10. If you're on chronic medications, you don't have insurance, then we can get medications, 3 months worth for less than $10 most of the time. So it's like an 80-90% discount than if you're going through a pharmacy. Labs the same way. You go into the office visit, you get $150 office charge, but then it's another $250 for the labs that they ordered. We give you about an 85% discount off labs, so you can have huge savings when it comes to that. And then we got x-rays. We negotiated those for $55 for any x-rays that you need. So this helps with acute care management. And we found places that will give 50% off even advanced imaging, especially if you pay at the time of service. So we're negotiating on your behalf, trying to find specialists who can see you at a reasonable price if you're uninsured. Other clinics in the insurance world are generally not doing that to the degree that we have the ability to do that. Here's some example of pricing. So we have a CBC, you can see it's $38. And we can get it through us for $3.59. Metabolic panel, which is very common, about $50. again, $350 through us. PSA, which is Common Screening Lab, over $100. You get that for $5 through us. Same discounts with the labs here, or the medications, $75 for gabapentin and nerve pain medication. It's about $16 through us. Statin meds, $8. You're getting the picture here, the point. You can get substantial savings. Otherwise, you wouldn't have access to without a membership. Here's our cost. So you find your age, and this is what you'd pay per month. There's kind of this one-time $100 registration fee, max of $200 per family. But you don't pay that. That's just kind of get you in through the doors. Nothing else after that. And the commitment is pretty low. We recommend signing up for 6 months to kind of get the feel for it. Then after that, it's month to month. So you still pay month to month up for the 6 months. It's month to month after that. If you cancel, good for you. But for this price, you can get 80 to 90% of your care covered. And we will try to cover everything we can to try to keep you out of the ER. Really is our goal. One thing I'll mention, because I think this is kind of interesting, especially for those who are uninsured, is that you can pair direct primary care with a major medical plan like Sedera or MediShare, Samaritan, Liberty. Again, see the cost sharing network link to hear more about this. But this covers kind of the major medical. So if you did break a leg or had the heart attack, Sedera would kick in. Now, you'd pay your initial amount out of pocket, but they're going to cover the major medical. What they don't cover is they don't cover direct primary care and preventative care services. We're seeing a partnership here. There's like a beautiful partnership where it's like 40 to 60% cheaper than what you would be paying through if you're paying for normal health insurance. So here's an example of Sedera pricing. I know that's kind of small. You can pause it, zoom in, something along those lines, but it's kind of based on what you want to pay out of pocket initially per incident. So that's kind of the lines up top. And then you kind of find your age, and then you'd be member only or however many people you want covered is how you find the price. So here's an example of just what I would save. So I probably be, I'm on the 49 plus the most expensive Sedera plan, 192. Regular insurance would be about $370 per month. That is the cheapest that I've seen it for a high deductible plan. So, $6,500 out of pocket before your insurance kicks in. It's still about $370 for me. Direct primary care plus Sedera would be more like $241 per month. So $130 per month savings if you went to this model, and you're getting better care and same day access. I mean, things that other clinics cannot guarantee, plus these additional discounts on meds and whatnot. It's this beautiful partnership, right? So this is a reasonable option for the uninsured. All right, potential next steps. You can see if you qualify and get a quote, based on price and money to have an additional conversation. You can email me at this email or call, and we can pick up and talk, and I'd like to talk to you more about it. So that's how direct primary care can help those who are uninsured, and maybe what options are available for them that, while atypical, can be substantial cost savings. Oh, and tune in next week when we talk about direct primary care for the underinsured. What is that?